In today's lecture, we will see the examples of voltaic cells. Okay. In the last lecture, we have studied the types of voltaic cell, in that primary voltaic cell and secondary voltaic cell. Okay. So we'll see the first example of that voltaic cell, which is dry cell. Dry cell is a primary voltaic cell. Okay. Now this cell is a without liquid component, means in that the liquid is not present as an electrolyte, any liquid, but the electrolyte is not completely dry, means in that the electrolyte is a paste like material. So in a dry cell, we will see first the construction of dry cell. In the construction of dry cell, see the dry cell containing the zinc container. Okay, it containing a zinc container which acts as a anode. Now at center it containing a graphite rod which is surrounded by a paste of MnO2 and carbon. That graphite rod is a positive electrode which acts as a cathode. Okay, so zinc is the anode, that total container. I have shown here the negative side. So tip of that end of the dry cell is nothing but the anode. Graphite rod is a cathode. Now in that the paste of NH4Cl and zinc chloride is an electrolyte. Okay, and this is a graphite rod or this paste MnO2 and carbon. This is totally covered with the ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste. Now this zinc container is separated from this ammonium chloride and zinc chloride paste by the paper separation. One paper is that here. This paper separator is there. Okay. So this is the construction of dry cell. Now in that dry cell, what we see, zinc is a anode and graphite rod with the MnO2 and carbon paste is a cathode. Now which reaction takes place in the dry cell? First we will see the oxidation. So at anode there is oxidation. Oxidation is nothing but the losing of electron. So zinc will lose the electron and there is the oxidation of zinc which will convert into zinc ion. Okay. And reduction reaction, see here ammonium ion, that is NH4 plus, will gain the electron which is loosed by the anode and it converted into ammonia, twice NH3 plus H2. Now here the two type of reaction takes place at a cathode with the H2 gas which is emitted here in a reduction reaction or evolved in a reduction reaction is again react with the MnO2 which is a paste here, that's MnO2 and it will be converted into Mn2O3 plus H2. Okay. Now actual reduction reaction is the combination of these two reactions. So we write the combination of these two reactions. What will happen? 2NH4 plus twice MnO2 converted into, or here 2 electrons are used, plus 2 electron gives twice NH3 plus Mn2O3 in a solid plus H2O. So this is actual reduction reaction. Here the hydrogen gas involved in the reduction reaction is oxidized by the MnO2. Here MnO2 is oxidized, the H2 will convert it into water, H2O. So this is the reduction reaction. Now we have to write the net cell reaction. How we are writing the net cell reaction? Net cell reaction is nothing but the combination of oxidation and reduction reaction. Okay. So we have to combine these two reactions by eliminating the number of electrons. Now here number of electrons are same in the oxidation reduction reaction. So we write down the net cell reaction. So Zn solid plus 2NH4 plus 2 MnO2 gives Zn2 plus 2 NH3 plus Mn2O3 solid plus H2. This is the liquid state. Okay, so this is the net cell reaction of the dry cell which takes place in a dry cell. Now here the ammonia is formed. Okay, see here in a net overall cell reaction, ammonia and this zinc will combine to form a soluble. It forms the soluble compound containing a complex. So how this will form the complex? See here, this Zn2 plus ammonia will form the soluble compound which containing the complex. So this is the complex, zinc complex. Okay, so in this reaction what you will get the product? Zinc, iron and ammonia. But these two is not remain as a this product like this. It will combine and form the complex which is soluble. So this is the dry cell. Okay, dry cell मध्ये काय आहे? Zinc container, the anode and this ammonium chloride, graphite rod with MnO2 and carbon paste is a cathode. So these are the reaction takes place at a dry cell. Now we'll see the uses of the application. Okay. Now we'll see the next example of the voltaic cell is the lead storage battery. Now here the lead storage battery is also called as a lead accumulator. It is a rechargeable battery. Why it is rechargeable? Because in this cell what happens that the reactants are consumed or reactants are regenerated during the reaction. That is why recharging takes place. Now in this, see here, you see the construction of lead storage battery. In that the plates, PB plates with the spongy lead are called as acts as a anode. Some PB plates are there with the spongy lead or acts as a anode, and PB plates with the PbO2 acts as a cathode which is positive electrode. Okay. Now these plates are dipped into the electrolyte which is the 38% H2SO4. Okay. These plates are alternately placed because to provide the large surface area. Okay. To provide the large surface area, many plates are placed alternately. In that sphere, the PB plates with spongy lead alternately placed anode, and this red color shown PB plates with the PbO2 acts as a cathode. Now this cell is represented as PbSO4 38% H2SO4, PbSO4, PbO2 and Pb solid. In this way the cell will be represented. Now in a lead storage battery the two reactions takes place. One is discharging and another one is a recharging. Now during the discharging what type of reaction takes place, and during recharging which reaction takes place, that we'll study. So during discharging, oxidation and reduction means redox reaction takes place. So oxidation at anode, what happens? Pb solid will be converted into Pb ion by losing the electrons. Now whatever this Pb2 plus ions formed in this reaction will combine with the SO4 2 minus ions to form the lead sulfate. This reaction is called as a precipitation reaction. Here PbSO4 which is insoluble solid is formed. This reaction is called as a precipitation reaction. During reduction what happens? That PbO2 in presence of, or you can say in presence of 4H plus ions, it gains the electron which lose by the anode and form the Pb2 plus ions plus water. Now here also this net cell reaction you can write it down in this way also. Here 4H plus and 2SO4 2 minus. Instead of this you can write it down the H2SO4 twice H2SO4 gives twice PbSO4 plus twice H2. Okay. So this is the net cell reaction takes place during the discharging. So discharging reaction मध्ये काय होतं तर H2SO4 is consumed here and form PbSO4 plus water. Okay. So this is the lead storage battery during the discharging reaction. Now what happened during discharging? The reactant is consumed, means here reactant is a 38% H2SO4. So its a concentration will decrease now because it is consumed and the voltage, or you can say the cell potential of the lead storage battery is about or approximately 1.8 volt to 2 volt. Now if you want to recharge the battery, what we have to do? We have to apply the external cell potential greater than the actual cell potential. So the lead storage battery चा actual cell potential आहे ते 1.8 to 2 approximately एवढा volt आहे. तर काय होतं मग during recharging we have to apply the external potential greater than the actual cell potential. So by applying the external potential, what happens? The recharging takes place. Okay. Now during recharging, what happens? That I have told that the reactants, whatever reactants present in that, is regenerated. Now how it will regenerate, that we'll see. First we'll see the oxidation reaction. Now what interesting thing is here is that during recharging, the anode, okay, here anode present during discharging reaction now will act like a cathode. Okay, and cathode will act like a anode. म्हणजे डिस्चार्जिंग रिएक्शनच्या वेळेला जो एनोड आहे तो रिचार्जिंग रिएक्शन मध्ये आता काय असणार आहे कॅथोड, आणि डिस्चार्जिंग मध्ये जो कॅथोड होता तो आता काय असणार आहे एनोड. ओके. सो द रिएक्शन्स will interchange, or you can say the reverse reaction takes place during the recharging. Okay. Now what happened during oxidation? So during discharging, whatever reaction takes place in a reduction now takes place at a here anode, because in a reduction reaction during discharging the cathode is present. Now this will act like a anode here. So that is why at anode which reaction takes place? PbSO4 plus twice H2O gives the PbO2 plus 4H plus ions for plus SO4 2 minus by losing the 2 electron, because anode is there, is losing of electron. Reduction मध्ये क्या होता है? PbSO4 will gain that electron which is present in now that container. That electrons will gain by the PbSO4 will be converted into Pb solid plus SO4 2 minus ions. Now we write the net cell reaction. How we can write it down the net cell reactions here? Twice PbSO4 plus twice H2O will be converted into PbO2 plus Pb solid plus 4H plus SO4 2 minus. You can write it down the 2SO4 2 minus. Okay. So 2SO4. This is 1. This is 2. So combine together these two reactions, oxidation and reduction, you will get the net cell reaction. Now see here, in the net cell reaction, actually you will get 4H plus and 2SO4 2 minus. So instead of writing this in the ionic form, we can write it down as a twice PbSO4 plus twice H2O gives PbO2 plus Pb solid plus twice H2SO4. Now see here, this twice H2SO4 is what? Is the main reactant is present during the and in recharging what happen, this reactant is regenerated. Okay, H2SO4 is again you will get, means the concentration of H2SO4 is increased now during the recharging reaction. So that is why this cell will recharge. So hope you understood the discharging and recharging reaction. Now during discharging the cell will act like a gas. Now the next one, secondary voltaic cells, we see the nickel cadmium or NiCad storage cell. Now in that, see here, first we will see the construction of nickel cadmium cell. Nickel cadmium cell is basically the dry cell, or you can say the dry cell which is rechargeable. Okay, first we have studied dry cell which is primary voltaic cell which is not rechargeable, okay, which is Lagrange cell. Now this is the example of one of the dry cell only, but it is rechargeable dry cell. In that nickel cadmium storage cell, in that nickel is right here. Nickel is a anode. Cadmium is the anode. Cadmium metal is the anode, and nickel oxide. Okay, nickel 4 oxide. You can say the NiO2, which is cathode. So in a nickel cadmium cell, cadmium metal is the anode and nickel oxide, you can say the NiO2, is a cathode. In that electrolyte, in this cell, the electrolyte is a basic, means which provides the OH minus ions. Like this, the electrolyte which we have taken here is a basic in nature, or which is a base. Now we'll see the reaction takes place in a nickel cadmium cell. Oxidation. Now cadmium is an anode, means oxidation takes place at a cadmium. So in presence of OH minus ions, cadmium will oxidize to form the cadmium hydroxide by losing the 2 electron, and during reduction, now reduction, in that nickel oxide is a cathode, means reduction takes place as a cathode. In that NiO2 will reduce by gaining the 2 electron. It will be converted into nickel hydroxide with the 2 OH minus ion. Now we will see the net cell reaction. Net cell reaction is the combination of oxidation and reduction reaction. So how we can write it down the net cell reaction? This cadmium solid plus NiO2, which is in solid state, plus water, liquid state, converted into cadmium hydroxide, which is in solid state, and nickel hydroxide, which is also in a solid state. Okay, so this is the net cell reaction. Now in a net cell reaction, if you see the product, all are the solids. Okay, that solids will adheres at the electrode. Okay, and the reaction, therefore the cell can be recharged. Okay, these are the solid products. So these solid products are adheres at the electrode and the cell will recharge. Okay, now this cell is rechargeable. So cell has a longer life than the other dry cells, and it having the voltage, or you can say the cell potential is about the 1.4 volt. It will be uses in a different electronic materials, or you can say the electronic gadgets like electronic watches, calculators, photographic equipment. In that the nickel cadmium cell is a use. So these are the uses of nickel. Now the next example of this voltaic cell, fourth one example is a mercury battery. Now this is also a secondary voltaic cell which is dry cell and which is rechargeable. Okay, like this. Now only we have studied that nickel cadmium cell is a dry cell which is secondary voltaic cell. It is rechargeable. Like this, mercury cell or mercury battery is also a rechargeable dry cell. Okay. Now in that the zinc amalgamated zinc, you can say the amalgamated with mercury. It acts as a anode. So you can say the zinc amalgam or the zinc with the amalgamated zinc is a anode. Okay. Now the paste of mercury and carbon, paste of mercury and carbon is acts like a cathode. So in a mercury battery or you can say the mercury cell मध्ये anode काय आहे तर amalgamated zinc is a anode and paste of mercury and carbon is the cathode. In that the electrolyte used is a strongly alkaline. Okay, and it is the electrolyte, we write in short, electrolyte present in that is a strongly alkaline and it is the combination of KOH, or you can say the paste of KOH and zinc oxide. So the mixture of KOH and ZnO is a electrolyte which is the strongly alkaline present in the mercury cell. Now in the mercury cell during oxidation takes place at anode. Anode is a zinc with mercury. In the presence of OH minus, it will oxidize to form the zinc oxide plus water. Reduction takes place at cathode. What happened? That mercury oxide or HgO, by gaining the 2 electrons in presence of water, will be converted into Hg plus 2OH minus. Now we write the next cell reaction. Next cell reaction is a combination of these two. So what you will get? Zinc, amalgamated zinc, ZnHg plus HgO plus H2 also will cancel. So we will get ZnO solid plus Hg in the liquid form. Here, see here, water molecule are on both sides, so that will be cancelled here, and OH minus are also present on the opposite side of the reaction, so that are also cancelled, and finally we will get the net cell reaction. In a net cell reaction, again you will get here the solid product. Okay, in the reactant and product both are solid. Okay, the overall cell reaction is containing the solid substances. There is no change in a electrolyte composition. Okay, electrolyte composition मध्ये काय होतंय, काय चेंज होत नाहीये. Actually indirectly तो जर रिएक्शन मध्ये पार्ट करत असेल तरी सुद्धा फायनली ज्यावेळेला तुम्ही नेट सेल रिएक्शन बघताय, so KOH and ZnO, so it will remain as it is. ZnO will get in a product. Okay, so the composition of electrolyte remain as it is. So therefore the mercury battery is it provides the constant cell voltage approximately of 1.35 volt. Okay, this mercury cell is used in a mainly used in a hearing aids, then electric watches and in a pacemakers. So these these are the uses of a mercury cell. So this is all about the voltaic cell which are used in a day-to-day life. Okay. From first, in short, I will repeat. We have studied the 4 examples of the voltaic cell. In that, first is a dry cell, which is called as a Laplace cell. It is a primary voltaic cell. Okay. And another 3 examples we have studied. One is lead storage battery. In that, discharging and recharging reaction takes place. It is a secondary voltaic cell. Third one example is a nickel cadmium cell. It is a secondary voltaic cell, but it is basically a dry cell. So you can say that it is a secondary dry cell. Okay. And last one example is a mercury cell. It is also one of the dry secondary cell. So this is the cells which are used in a day-to-day life.